I'm alive and so are you. That intro brought to you by a film called Scrooged. A lot of people don't like that film. Those are what we call bad people. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Photo Dave. This is Toypixx, and in this video, where the crap have I been? Plus, Toypixx is launching a Patreon page, and hear me out, I think it's going to benefit everyone that follows me across all the socials, and it can benefit a whole lot more people. So, stick around, find out what's going on with that. Okay, first thing, where have I been? As some of you might have known from prior videos, I found out earlier this summer that I have a gluten intolerance, which isn't a big deal. I'm not a bread guy anyway, but there was a slight adjustment period, and I found that you can get the gluten-free crust and the gluten-free buns so that I can do pizza and burgers, so I'm good. That's not a big deal. The big deal happened a little while later, and here's where things got crazy. First, I had a cough. Then, I had a bit of a fever, and I'd wake up sweating, and it was gross, and And then there was kind of exhaustion, which a lot of people were saying, well, that's probably because you're coughing all the time. And long story short, I finally, after about 2 or 3 weeks, decided, this ain't normal. I gotta go to the doctor. Went to the doctor, got a chest x-ray, found out that I had viral pneumonia. And so I said, okay, doc, what do I do? Because this is really slowing me down, and I'm not good at being slowed down. And the doctor said, nothing. You basically get to go home and sit and do nothing, because there's nothing we can do. Here's an inhaler. Hopefully that makes it so you breathe better. Good times. So then I start feeling better. Had a planned trip for New York. Went to New York, and I love going to New York. I always walk around. Last time I basically got to tour a lot of the tourist stops. This time I got to check out a lot of neighborhoods, but because there was so much walking around, I think I set back my recovery quite a bit. But now, I'm back to normal, finally. It has been a weird summer, but I think things are kosher going forward, unless I find a way to develop pneumonia again. Very strange. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Toypixx Patreon page, and I am beyond stoked for finally getting this out there, because it will help anyone who follows Toypixx across the various social channels, regardless of your patronage. It even has the potential to help graphic designers, to help product photographers, to help comic shops and toy shops, and probably some things I haven't even thought of. So I'm just really excited about this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk first about the tiers, and then you're thinking, okay, you got the tiers covered, but you said everyone. So after I talk about the tiers, I'll get into everyone else and how it's just gonna help everybody that follows Toypixx, because I really am super stoked about this. The first tier is $3, and it's called the tall tier, and if you're wondering why it's called the tall tier, here's a hint. We artists, we kind of dig our caffeine. Bet you can't guess what the next 2 tiers are called. Now, the first benefit of the tall tier, just like the other tiers, is that whenever I'm going to sell an action figure, patrons will be the first to be told about it, and they'll be the first given the opportunity to buy it. The second benefit is where we get into the fun. Patrons will be able to suggest backgrounds that people can use in their action figure photography. Now, those backgrounds are designed for monitor use, but if you decide to print it up and blow it up, just know that it'll lose a little bit of quality, so you might want to blur the background a little bit when you shoot it, because yeah, blowing it up, just like most things, just doesn't look good after you've done that. Next up is the $8 Grande tier. Now, the Grande tier will get the same benefits as the tall tier, plus they'll be able to suggest kind of instruction manuals and written content when it comes to teaching people how to do more for their action figure photography. It might be lighting guides, it might be how to set up dios, or how to set up figures, background, foreground, whatever the case may be. They'll be able to suggest that in kind of a written form a little bit so that people can just download them, check out the instructions, be good to go that way. So those were the benefits of the Grande tier. The third tier is the $10 Venti tier. Now, patrons in the Venti tier will get the benefits of the prior two tiers, plus they'll be able to suggest videos that I put together that have to do with action figure photography. And the sky's the limit with that kind of thing. They might want to know what I think of a certain figure when it comes to how they photograph. They might want to see the various ways that cotton can be used to make fog or smoke or whatever. There's all kinds of different things that someone could ask me to try and put together for action figure photography on video. So, those are the benefits of the Venti tier. Long story short, my ideas and the ideas of those who are patrons will basically be steering the Toypixx ship. Now, with all that there, how the crap does that benefit people who aren't patrons? Here we go. Anything I make for Toypixx based on patron feedback or because I wanna will be on the Toypixx Patreon page via Dropbox links for much of it, 100% free to basically the whole world if it wants it. So I'm getting to help a lot of people who want to do action figure photography, who want to really get into it without them having to pay a dime if they can't pull it off. So, I'm pretty stoked about that. But there's more, because I'm sure plenty of you have been listening going, wait, I thought you said it could also help toy stores, graphic designers, product photographers, all that. Here we go. Now, when it comes to helping out product photographers, photographers in general, including you action figure photographers, and graphic designers, I have already put up nearly 1,000 Photoshop files on Dropbox that you can access via the Toypixx Patreon page. Now, the reason I did this is because I see those Photoshop files as teaching tools. And yes, they are Photoshop files of basically all the toy photos I've taken the past several years. So you'll be able to look at those, you'll be able to figure out how I did some things. Many of you will look and say, oh my gosh, why did he do it that way? And still, maybe some of you are going to look and think, oh, that's something I didn't think about doing. So yeah, I kind of see these Photoshop files as being a teaching tool for a lot of people. You'll be able to download them, no expense to you, just check them out. Hopefully it helps you learn when it comes to photography. Or even graphic design. Who am I to judge? I'm me to judge. So now you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty cool, but how does this help out toy store owners and comic shop owners? Well, at the same time I was uploading those nearly 1,000 Photoshop files, I was also creating high-res JPEG files of those Photoshop files. So basically, if you're a toy store owner or a comic shop owner and you want to decorate your walls, click on those JPEGs, and if you see something you like, feel free to print it up, hang it up in your store, no strings attached. I hope it helps you when it comes to foot traffic. Even if you think you can use these images in advertising, use them in advertising. Put them up on Facebook ads, put them in front of the store. If you think you can put them to use to help you market, do it. I would love to see that. Okay, Photo Dave, but what's the catch? There's always a catch. And let's address that right now, because I think you'll be okay with these catches. The first, I'd like you to sign up for the Toypixx newsletter. That link's in the video description below. The second, if you see an affiliate link from Toypixx and you're shopping anyway, I don't want you to make a special trip or anything, but if you see an affiliate link, click it and use it. And here's a little secret. If I post an affiliate link to a figure that you don't want, but that site has a figure you do want, use that link anyway, navigate to that figure, Toypixx gets the credit. I do dig that. And the third thing, If after checking out this Patreon page and seeing the stuff I'm putting up and the things that I'm just going to keep adding to it, you think there's value there and you're finding value in it, do me a favor and share it. Those are the catches, and I think those are all doable. I'm hoping. I guess I don't know 100%. Oh, and I have a new logo. A link to the Patreon page is in the video description below. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya.